Okay. Live chat. Select stream. Refresh. Select this upcoming stream. It says excellent. Excellent. Be excellent to each other. Alright, whatever. Hey, good morning. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo, with yet another episode of Red Stone Lapis Lazuli. Let's get into it. Whoa! Okay, back to the game at hand. Look where I am. I'm in the scary-ass nether, right? This place is terrible. No, this place is awful. I hate going here. I hate going to the nether. Why then? Why then would why would I subject myself to the awful perils of the nether if I hate going here? Like, why would I do it if I hate going here? It's because I needed to kill ghasts and get their tears. Get their tears, the tears of the ghasts. Because I needed to make the new update. I'm running the new update, which is 1.21.6, which introduced a new mob called, or new item, not new thing, called the Happy Ghast. And to get the Happy Ghast, you have to either find one in the nether, which I'm not going to do because like I'd have to go traverse through this hellscape. and I've already generated all these chunks, so I would have to go beyond what I can see in order to hopefully find one. And I'm not going to do that because that's really far, and I hate traveling in the nether. It's awful in here. It's awful. I mean, I literally made a train line so I wouldn't have to travel in the nether. Yeah, you see what I mean? You just get randomly attacked. Like, it sucks. And these guys are amazing with their shots. It's like they're like snipers. It's terrible. So you see over there? There's a ghast. There's a ghast I would have to kill and then hopefully get their tears. But like, it's really, really hard. Oh, I got him. Oh, what a shot. But I'm not going way over there to see if he got a tear. Because to get there, I would have to travel. Well, here, I can do it. I've got ender pearls. We can do this. So, how am I going to do this? Okay, so I'm going to go like this. See where it's going to take me. Alright. Oh yeah, check it out. Pretty close to where the... If you dropped anything, it would be around here. I can't see nothing. I don't see anything. It doesn't look like that guy dropped anything. I hear another one though. Oh, right there. See? I have to like kill these guys over and over and over again until I get 8 of their tears. 8 tears! And then I combine the 8 tears with, what do you combine it with? Something. Oh yeah, soul sand. And, nothing. And, then you get a dehydrated ghast. Jeez Louise. And then you can soak the dehydrated ghast for like 20 minutes in the water. And see, there's another one. So, let's go over there. Come on, dude, I'm gonna kill you with a sword. Uh-oh, wait, no, I can't. See what I mean? These guys are no fun to fight. No fun. No fun to fight at all. Oh, there's 2 of them now. See, I have to like watch out. Watch out. So I spent a shit ton of time, like an hour or so, a couple hours. Did he drop a tear? I don't know. I'd spent a bunch of time. I died once even, fighting trying to like get the materials to make a happy ghast. And you know, because I never had one because they're brand new. And the Soul Sand Valley is like, they toned it down a lot. It used to be like non-stop skeleton spawning, and it was really bad. Oh, there's one. There's a tier. I got a tier. You see? A tier. A gas tier. All that for a single tier? Yeah. Yes. Like it was like a long, arduous process. I had to build some infrastructure. You see. And then when you walk on soul sand, you go a lot slower. So like you can't run away from bad guys. And yeah. So it was like, but I did it, right? I already did all this. Don't hit the pigmen, because if you hit the pigmen, they'll all aggro on you and kill you. So yeah. Big time fighting. I'm done though, right? I already got my stuff. I'm gonna take everything else. Like that, and that. And go on my safe rail line here, up on the roof. I just go on the roof, and that way nothing will get me. So yeah, take the high road. Sometimes. Sometimes you gotta get down and dirty though, right? So, yes. Yesterday, like my face is somewhat little, like burned. I went to the Salem. So every year, Salem has this event called World Beat Music Festival, and it has music from all sorts of different cultures coming together, and like all the cultures, right? Even European cultures, like all the cultures. And it's like a multi-hour thing, and I can only hang for like a couple hours, but it was really good. I did some African dancing. I'm not sure what kind of, I mean, that's like the whole continent, I know. I don't know what, I don't know what country it was from, but it was with the djembe and like another drum set. It was really good, and I got up and learned how to dance a little bit, do an African dance, or not an African dance, but like a dance, and it was hard. I'm out of shape, I found out. I played some hacky sack. I had an Indian taco. I listened to a woman from Ghana tell stories from her culture. And it was really good. It was really good. And I'm like, wow, this is the thing that Donald Trump and the Republicans want to get rid of. They hate multiculturalism. They hate it. Fucking Nazis. Well, they're not Nazis, not totally. I mean, they're American, like American Nazis. No, they're not even American Nazis. They're American slavers. Let's be honest about things. Yeah. Anyways, so I traversed the Nether, fought a bunch of bad guys. Here, I guess I'll put it here. Like, I don't know where I keep all my stuff anymore. So it's over there. And I guess you're gonna be here. I don't know. I don't know, right? I don't know. Whoa. And then that's what it comes up with. A happy ghast. A happy guy, right? Happy. Happy, is so happy. Alright, so I need to get snowballs. They like to eat snowballs, which is weird, right? Maybe that's why they're so unhappy in the Nether. Because there's no water and no snowballs, no nothing. I don't know where I keep all that stuff. Here we go. So there he is, right here, and he'll be attracted to the snowball. Here, let me take off the leash. Like, he's not gonna go anywhere, right? He's gonna hang out around here. Hello, little happy ghast. But like, maybe he's attracted to the snowball. I don't know. I thought he would be. Come on, dude. What are you doing? There you go. Come to Papa. All right. And then I can get on him. I'm on him now. I'm riding on him. Wah wah! Check that out. I'm riding on the Happy Gas, and I can like use this to like fly around. It's really really slow. I mean, I think they should make it go a little bit faster because it's so slow. It's like walking speed. Even slower than walking, like not even walking speed, like crouching speed. So it's super slow up here. So I mean, like if I wanted to go do build on the Statue of Liberty, it would take me forever to fly over there. I mean, I guess I could do it. It would just take so long. So I was thinking maybe I can attach him to a yeah, see all those little skulls coming off me? That's because I have like an omen effect. I was like experimenting with the trial chambers. Because I don't know what they do. I hear there's an item you can get called a mace. Alright, here, dismount. Oh yeah, see, and that's how you dismount. You can just walk on him. And so he's like a platform. This guy's like a moving platform. So that will help me a lot when building the other stuff. Dude, oh, there he goes. That will help me a lot because it was a pain trying to I lost that lead. It was a pain trying to get him I mean, it was a pain to build the Statue of Liberty because I couldn't go up high, straight up. I couldn't fly. So, in order to avoid that, I decided to try and get a picket win. The union's all come to our union event during work hours. And I'm like, it's during work hours. How can I go to your union event during work hours, man? All right, so let's see if this works. Oh, I can't get him. Come on, come back here. Oh, I need the snowball, right? There you go. Mmm, tasty snowball, right? Oh wait, no. And then I go, ha, leash. So I'm gonna see if I can use this leash. Like, what happens if I go somewhere? Like, I want to go work on the Statue of Justice, right? So let's see if this works. Oh yeah, it does work, dude. They really improved the leashes. Hey, that's awesome. That's great. It doesn't even get broken by the fences. Hey, pretty nice. Good. I'm gonna put you on the Statue of Liberty, or the Statue of Justice, because that's where I need you to be. So as you notice, I don't have distant horizons anymore because I updated. So it. Oh no! Ah! Oh no! Is he? What's he gonna do? Just like ignore everything and just fly around there? Well, shit. Oh well. Yeah, I built another train line that goes to the Statue of Liberty that you can't see anymore because without distant horizons you can't see anything. It's terrible. It's almost necessary to have distant horizons. Like, my frame rate is awesome without distant horizons, but oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. What have you done, zombie? Oh no, I gotta fix that. Here, no, stop, damn it. Well, here, let's go back. That's funny. Hey, I didn't know that could happen. That's something I have to work on. How to stop zombies from jumping on the track. Anyways, without distant horizons, you can't see anything. And you can't get your bearings. Like, I can't get my bearings. I'm like, oh, where is everything? So, happy gassed, happy gassed. He's just flying around there. Where the leash broke. The lead. Come to me, come to me. He's like, no, I'm gonna hang out here. Well, that's an issue for another time, I guess. Yeah. So I went to the World Beat Fair yesterday. It was fantastic. It was great. I love all the different cultures here in the United States, because I see the United States as a free haven and a beacon of liberty, whereas white supremacists see this country as an ethno-state for white people to create their empire for the elites, which is shitty. It's shitty. So yeah, there are two different groups of people here. There are the people who believe in the American dream, who want freedom and justice and liberty for all, like in the Pledge of Allegiance. Justice and liberty for all. That's what they want. And then, so, you know, I call them like the pro-democracy people. And then you have your white supremacists who want an ethno-state for white people. And generally, the only way you can create an ethno-state is through fascism, through authoritarianism. So, I know some people will say, oh, there's like Muslim countries and like Christian countries, but I'm like, yeah, but they're not my country. I'm not from there. I don't hang with them. I don't do their stuff. I don't agree with them. You know, just because other people are doing it doesn't mean I have to do it. Rain. So anyways, oh, here I am talking. What do I got going on? I don't know, man. I spent like all week gathering all this information that shows the rise of fascism in the United States. But we're already there, right? I started this show in order to not get to where we are right now. Like, I didn't want to be here. Like, I didn't want to be in this position where we're already descending into fascism. That's why I started this show. What's the point of the show anymore if we're, like, to warn you about fascism if we're already in fascism? If people didn't heed my warning and decided to go into fascism anyways. Like, my own family fucking ignored me and did the opposite of what I said. Like, my own family did the opposite of what I said. I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking terrible, don't do this. They're like, oh, is that what you say? Fuck you, Robert, I'm gonna do it anyways. Oh, okay. Thanks, family. Fucking shows how much you respect me. Yeah, I'm a little sore about that. Anyways. Right? I mean, I don't have really the luxury of giving up. Like, I can't be like, oh well. Right? Because people die. I mean, people are dying already. Because of the fascist takeover. And right now, Donald Trump is through with Rick Santorum in Florida, the governor of Florida, are building the first concentration camp in the United States since Manzanar. Do you remember Manzanar? Manzanar was the concentration camp built in the Mojave Desert to concentrate Japanese Americans during World War II. Were they dangerous, these Japanese Americans? No, they're fucking American. They're American. But the white people were freaking out and imprisoned a bunch of Japanese Americans, deprived them of their life and liberty for no fucking reason. Same thing is going on right now with Hispanic people and Latino people. They're getting arrested and by ICE. A lot of them are American citizens. Or they're people with no criminal conviction. They're just regular ass people living their lives. So, for an example, under Biden, we can look. The ICE arrests of non-criminals have surged, or under Trump, the ICE arrests of non-criminals have surged. This is a graph of the criminal backgrounds of ICE detainees arrested by ICE by percentage. So you see under Biden, like a good chunk of them, of the people arrested by ICE under them. Hey, what's up, Super Mario 641? Hey, thanks for being here. I'm talking about the bad shit of the United States. Not because I hate the United States, but because I think we could do better. I know we can do better. That's the whole point, right? That's why I'm doing this. And I play Minecraft. Check out my Minecraft stuff, right? It's pretty cool. I had a happy gas, but I lost him on the tracks. Hey, it's going pretty good though, right? It's like, I'm alright. I haven't been kidnapped by ICE yet. But you would not believe how many times a white person on Facebook has threatened me with deportation because my last name is Gonzalez. Right? It has nothing to do with my criminal background that I don't have. I don't have a criminal background. So it has nothing to do with any crime I might have committed. It has nothing to do with my legal status. I'm a U.S. citizen. I was born here. Right? My mom is a U.S. citizen. She's white. Like, it has nothing to do with me, but they want to get rid of me. They want to get rid of me. They want to sick ICE on me and deport me. Why? Because of what I say. I mean, so the white fascists are literally fascists. They're anti-Americans. What else do you want me to say, right? So it's concerning to me, dude. It's concerning. Because like I'm fortunate to not have been picked up by anybody. Like the government hasn't come to get me yet, but just because they haven't come to get me yet doesn't mean they're not gonna. Hello, farmer. Where are you going? The fields are the other direction. Maybe it's nighttime, right? I don't know. He's like, I don't know, dude. I'm just hanging out here in the rain. I don't work in the rain. Yeah, farmers don't work in the rain. So for you Minecraft people, farmers and librarians, when it's raining, they don't work. So here are the fields. Look at, no one's working because it's raining. Why would they work in the rain, right? Oh, this guy's all messed up. Let me help you out. Hey, Mr. Iron Golem. There you go. Now you feel better. See, librarian, not working. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? So yeah, this is my world. And I use it to explain things going on in the United States. Here's a quick train line. Right? You see how that works? Oh, it's so nice. Look at this redstone contraption. Isn't that nice? The way it works is underneath here. Here, let me see. Underneath here, you can't see it. Damn it! I'd have to break stuff. Here, let's break it. Well, I don't want to break it because it's gonna be broken. But anyways, there's a dispenser under here that shoots up minecarts. That observer, and there's a piece of string you can't see, but there's a piece of string. So the observer looks at the piece of string, and when I touch the string, it pumps out a signal, and it pushes this redstone block off the repeater and onto the redstone, which fires a signal into the solid block. The solid block then powers the rail on top, the powered rail. At the same time, it also depowers this torch, and which depowers this redstone line, which depowers this block. And now on the other side of that block, under there, is a dispenser. So it'll. Oh well, you left, so I'm not gonna explain it anymore. Ah! Yeah, Super Mario took off, so never mind. I can get back to what I was talking about. ICE is arresting non-criminal people. Under Biden, ICE was going after mainly the criminal people. Not all the criminal people, but mostly criminal people. Under Trump, it's been changing. Under Trump, they've been going after regular ass people who have committed no crime, and they're just doing their lawful thing, and yet Donald Trump goes to arrest them. Because it's not about making America safe, not about making America healthier. It's about white supremacy and ethnic cleansing. Yeah, it's probably not fun to listen to what I'm talking about, right? But I kind of gotta say it because my own family doesn't fucking listen to me. Like, I gotta tell somebody if my family ignores me. So anyways, yeah, dude, I got all this stuff. I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me sick. And you would think, all right, well, awesome, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like support the Democrats. I'm gonna, right? You would think, right? Oh, if the Republicans are fascist, then maybe I should support the Democrats, right? But then look at the problem with the Democrats. You have the leader of the Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries, echoing the statements of a segregationist, George Wallace. So Sarah Kendzior says, I flash back to 2014 when Hakeem Jeffries, now House Minority Leader, defended Israel's slaughter of civilians in Gaza by paraphrasing segregationist George Wallace. Israel today, Israel tomorrow, Israel forever. It was such a strange thing to do. It's been almost a decade since he did it, and now it feels like the first act of a play, the kind Abraham Lincoln would watch. So, don't believe me? Listen for yourself.
And Israel prevailed, and so I'm confident that when it's all said and done, we're going to stand together. Israel today, Israel tomorrow, Israel forever. God bless you.
What?
And I say segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
So, Hakeem Jeffries is channeling the spirit of segregationists to defend Israeli genocide of the Palestinian people. Like, what are you going to do, right? And you would think, oh, maybe that was a one-off. Maybe that was just a weird thing he said a decade ago. Maybe that's the problem with the Democratic Party. Well, as you know, New York had a primary and for the Dem mayor. And in the primary, a guy who won was Zoltan God, man, what's wrong with me? Zohran Mamdani. Zohran Mamdani. Zohran Mamdani is a Muslim. Big deal, right? Big deal. Like, in the United States, we have freedom of religion. You can be whatever religion you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Americans don't judge you by your religion. We judge you by your character. But segregationists and white supremacists, they judge by these superficial things. They judge you by your religion or your skin color. So, here's Fox News. Now, all these things that Fox News is showing about Zohran Mamdani are all great things. These are great things. He wants to freeze the rent. He wants to build affordable housing. He wants to create city-owned grocery stores. He wants fare-free buses. He wants to expand and protect gender-affirming care citywide for LGBTQIA+. He wants to make NYC an LGBTQIA+ a sanctuary city. He wants to raise the minimum wage to $30 by 2030. These are fantastic ideas, right? Fox News is pushing it. Why would Fox News be pushing it? Because for their audience, this is scary. For their audience, this is bad. What is the audience of Fox News? White supremacists. But why then? So you got, okay, I can understand why white supremacists would be against Zohran Mamdani. But isn't the Democratic Party supposed to be the party of that's liberal, right? That's accepting of all religions? You would think so. You would think so. But listen to Eric Swalwell. Eric Swalwell is the guy from Colorado. He's supposed to be more liberal than your average Dem. Supposed to be. But check it out.
And frankly, stylistically, and I'm not a socialist, and I don't associate myself with what he has said about the Jewish people.
What did he say about the Jewish people? He's like, oh, I don't want to associate myself with what he said about the Jewish people. So what did God damn it, Zoran Mamdani? What did he say about the Jewish people? What did Zoran So what is he? Who's he standing next to? This guy here is Brad Lander. Brad Lander's a Jewish person. He's Jewish. Zoran Mamdani endorsed a Jewish person, said good things about Brad Lander. Why is Eric Swalwell saying, oh shit, you're saying good things about Jewish people? I don't want to be a part of that. Eric Swalwell is saying that? Eric Swalwell doesn't like Jewish people? What the hell, dude? What? Like, this breaks my brain. This breaks my brain. He said nothing but good. Zoran Mamdani said nothing but good things about Jewish people, and Eric Swalwell was like, "Oh, keep me away from those good things you said about Jewish people." I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Mamdani said nothing but good things about Jewish people. Nothing but good things. And Eric Swalwell was like, fuck that. I don't want to be associated with any statement of goodwill toward Jewish people. Okay, Eric Swalwell. So you got Eric Swalwell, who's like anti-Jewish. You got the leader of the Dems, Hakeem Jeffries, associating himself with a segregationist in order to promote genocide in Israel, or in Gaza, which is Palestine. Like, what kind of party is this? And I think that is a reflection of the first past the post, winner take all system of the United States. That's why that's happening. That's why we have Democrats coming out saying, oh, I don't want to be associated with good statements about Jewish people. And that's why we have a black man coming out on the side of a segregationist to promote apartheid in the Democrats. It's because the first past the post system that we have in the United States almost mandates a two-party system. Now, I talked to a socialist the other day at the No Kings rally, and he was pushing the Socialist Party, and he did not want to abide by the he did not put any stock into Duviger's law, which is the law that says that in a first past the post system it will default to two parties. He refused to abide by it, because if he abided by it, that means he couldn't push for the Socialist Party. and his support for that was he was saying, oh, but the Whigs, remember the Whigs? We can have a third party in the United States. What happened to the Whigs? Dude, that was like centuries ago. Centuries ago. You're talking centuries ago. Like, so the problem that the United States has is that our individual votes are too weak. It's too weak. When there are multiple candidates, and you only get to choose one of them, then your vote is too weak. The people do not have enough power to influence government. And the way you make our vote more powerful is through ranked choice voting. That's what they did in New York. That's what they did in New York. The New York primary, they had ranked choice voting. And in ranked choice voting, that allowed Democrats to put forth the very, very best people. And then that allowed the people to vote for who they really, really wanted without compromising and hurting their own ideals. So in the first past the post system, these two guys would be enemies. Zoran Mamdani and Brad Lander would be enemies. Why? Why would they be enemies? Because they're very, very, very similar in policy. They're very similar in policy. But when you have a first past the post system, if you are very similar in policies, you take votes away from one another. And you help the person farthest away from you, who would be Andrew Cuomo. But because of the ranked choice voting, these two guys literally endorsed one another. They literally, Brad Landers said this Muslim guy, I'm gonna say he's a good person. I'm gonna say he's fantastic. I'm gonna say all these good things about this Muslim guy. And then Zoran Mamdani, and he's like, you should vote for him. And then Zoran Mamdani said the same thing. This Brad Landers guy, he's a Jewish guy. He's fantastic. He's great. He's amazing. You should vote for Brad Landers. Whoa! Whoa! Imagine what would have happened had the Democrats done the same thing during their primary in 2020. Remember when you had all sorts of people? You had Joe Biden, you had Kamala Harris, you had Bernie Sanders, you had Elizabeth Warren, you had Amy Klobuchar, you had all these people on stage, and Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are very, very, very similar to policy, to one another. They should have helped each other, but because of the nature of the first past the post, winner take all system, these two people just were like at each other's throat. Like it was ugly. It was ugly. The two progressive candidates were fighting each other, and that led to the moderate Joe Biden winning the presidency. And then we know what happened, right? He got too old. He got too old to be the president, and he lost to fucking Donald Trump and ushered in fascism. Well, and he's also a Zionist, right? Joe Biden's a fucking Zionist. He's right there with George Wallace. He's right there with him. And that kind of shit happens when you have a first past the post, winner take all system like the United States. Instead of these guys being buddies, instead of Democrats being buddies with one another, now they're at each other's throats. This is the way it should have been. This is how it should have been. What is all this stuff? So there's George Wallace, and here's his quote: segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever. And Hakeem Jeffries is like, yes, yes. Fuck Hakeem Jeffries. And fuck Eric Swalwell too. Piece of shit. Fuck them both. You have to understand. Here's a map, all right, of the Middle East. So this map, or this image, that's right here, this guy right here. Oh wait, this guy right here. This guy is President Truman. President Truman. He's much older now, like in this picture, because I think this was done in the 60s, and he was president like earlier. I forget what year. In the 40s? I don't know. I don't know. No, that was I don't know exactly when he was president. But he was the guy that signed the paper that established the state of Israel. So in the 1960s, he filmed a documentary to explain why he did what he did. Now look at the map that they pulled up. They show Palestine right there. So when you hear the Zionists say, oh, Palestine doesn't exist, Palestine never existed, that's a bunch of bullshit. They're fucking lying to you. They're gaslighting you. It's right there, dude. 1960s. They knew back in the 1960s that was Palestine. They knew. Now, what's all this yellow area that I've marked out? The yellow area is the area. Okay, so there's a group called Zionists, and they want to go back 2,000 years and say, oh, we used to live here 2,000 years ago, so this whole land should be ours. And when they say this whole land, they mean all of this area. All of this. This is called Greater Israel. From the Euphrates to the Nile. They want all the land between the Euphrates and the Nile. They want the Nile River from Egypt. Here's a better map of it, right? That's what they want. They want a big chunk of Saudi Arabia. They want a big chunk of Iraq. They want all of Syria and all of Lebanon, Jordan. They want all of it. And like Egypt up to the Nile River. They want to take over the Nile River from Egypt. So Israel is a settler colonial nation. It's there. It wants to genocide and ethnically cleanse the land to take it over for themselves. So Zoran Mamdani said that, well, you know, he stands with the Palestinian people. He stands with the Palestinians. It's like standing with the American natives, with the American Indians. It's like the same thing. American Indians, Palestinians, same deal, right? They're both under attack from settler colonialism. So one time, Mamdani said, globalize the intifada. What does that mean? What does that mean? Ask Wikipedia. Globalize the intifada is an anti-Zionist slogan that has been used to advocate for international support of Palestinian resistance against Israeli occupation. The Arabic word intifada, derived from the root, I don't know what that says, meaning to shake off, means to rise up, and can refer to a popular uprising or rebellion. In the context of Palestine, it refers to Palestinian uprisings or resistance against Israel. The call to globalize it suggests extending the spirit and actions of these uprisings beyond the regional context to a worldwide movement. Yes. Anti-settler colonialism? Yes. Yes. Like, I am the product of settler colonialism. Like, the Philippines have been colonized since, damn, dude. You want to go back to the Asians, the East Asians, the Asians and the South Asians who migrated there, and because like the native people who live there, like they're hunter-gatherers. They weren't about conquest. They weren't about an empire. They just wanted to live their lives, right? Like humans. And these people show up and like from somewhere else and take the land and do their thing. Well, Spain came along and did the same thing, colonized and subjugated the Philippines. And then the Americans came along and did the same thing, colonized and subjugated the Philippines. So the idea to globalize the resistance to settler colonialism, I feel, is a worthwhile cause and a noble call to action. Noble. It's noble. So then I gotta think, well, who are the opponents to this? Hakeem Jeffries, Eric Swalwell, George Wallace, Donald Trump, right? Look how these people get associated with one another. Donald Trump and Hakeem Jeffries are now associated with one another. Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, dude, this is a serious thing. So you got to think about why, like, how come American evangelical Christians are so pro-Israel? Why is that? Why is that? You know, I can understand why Zionists would be pro-Israel, right? Because they want to create greater Israel and take over all that region, that whole region. But why would that benefit Christian evangelicals? That's because Christian evangelicals have a prophecy. They have a prophecy. And in their prophecy, the state of... in their prophecy, there will be a big war. The biggest battle ever will happen in Israel. And and then Jesus will return to earth. And when Jesus returns to earth, anyone who's not Christian is gonna die. Does that mean the Jews and the Muslims? Yes, it does. So evangelical Christians are pro-Israel, not because they want to help the Jewish people, but because they want the Jewish people to convert or die. Oh my gosh. Like, why are we even talking about this? Why is this even an issue? Like, there are such bigger fish to fry, like global climate change. Holy shit, it's gonna be 89 degrees here today. Which means in my apartment it's gonna be like 95. Because when they built buildings in Oregon, they didn't build them with the idea that it was gonna get hot here. At least in Western Oregon. So when it gets hot, it gets really hot in the inside the buildings. You see what I mean, dude? I don't want to talk about this stuff. Like the political system we have in the United States is broken. It's a broken system. When a white supremacist fucking loser like Donald Trump can literally try to lead an insurrection to overthrow the United States government and then becomes president right afterwards, just like Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler did the same thing. Adolf Hitler led an uprising to overthrow the German government, and then he came back and became their chancellor. And then once he became chancellor, he overthrew the rest of the German government and installed Nazism. So that's kind of what we're doing here in the United States, right? That's the same plan that Donald Trump is doing. It's like the same arc. So that's I think why I associate Republicans with Nazis, because like the parallels are too much. Like, man, what else do I got? I got so much. I don't want to talk about it. It's just so much bad. Donald Trump and the Republicans are dissolving the United States. Now, they're trying to push through their big budget, right? They're like, oh, we're going to pass through our new budget. The last time Donald Trump had a trifecta, he used his great power to put massive tax cuts for the wealthy and explode the deficit. So that was his great plan, right? To explode the deficit and cut taxes for the rich. Well, in his second go around, he's going to do it again. He was going to cut taxes for the rich. But to do so, he has to balance the budget. It has to be balanced. He can't just like do it, right? He has to make sure it's balanced. So the way he's going to balance tax cuts for the wealthy is by cutting healthcare for the poor people. The welfare state. He's going to gut the welfare state. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, I don't have it up here. But yeah, so by the same amount of money he cuts from poor people, he's going to give it to rich people. In other words, it's called a wealth transfer, a redistribution of wealth from the poor to the rich. Because healthcare is wealth, right? If you're getting healthcare, it means you're wealthy. I mean, that's a form of wealth. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. Health is wealth. And Donald Trump is taking health away from poor people and giving it back to rich people in terms of money. So yeah, massive, massive wealth redistribution project. And I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, I'm against wealth redistribution, but yet they support Republicans. So actually, no, they're not against wealth redistribution. They just want to take the wealth away from the poor and give it to the rich. Yeah, what do you want me to say, dude? All this is bad. You want me to say happy, good things? I'm not a happy, it's not a happy, good time. Like, they're disappearing people off the street, and they're building a concentration camp in the Florida swamps. They're gutting the United States of all the good things. And they're overthrowing democracy. They're trying to create a tiered citizenship system where white people have the highest citizenship and anyone else has a lower, like, second-class citizenship. I did this show to teach my family about stuff in the world, and my family doesn't believe me, doesn't respect me enough to listen. So, are they really my family? I should call my cousin up. My cousin moved to Texas. He married a woman, and moved to Texas, and is getting installed into their family. Like, literally, he's getting installed into their family. They, like, gave him a house on their own, on the family property. He works at the family business, managing the family business in Texas. Like, and he moved from California all the way to Texas, all by his lonesomes. I mean, like, he's with his wife's family now, but, like, he left his family to do it. So he's working for them now. Like, literally, he lives in their house, he lives on their land, he works at their business, which is like a car wash business. And he voted for Donald Trump. He's the one that was in the American Legion Hall, saying that Senator Barack Obama is the person that made him lose money in his 401k. The senator from Illinois is the reason for the 2008 financial crash during W. Bush's term. And he's like, and I'm not going to listen to what you have to say. I don't believe it. You're my family. I don't believe you. Fuck. Chuck Tingle was all like, you don't have to carry your wounds around with you. But I'm like, look at the world, man. Just get a new family. Like it's that easy, right? I mean, it was for my cousin. He found a nice woman and basically got absorbed into their family. But, like, at what cost? His soul? He's like, sure, I'll work for evil. Like, he doesn't see it that way, but just because he doesn't see it doesn't mean it isn't. Who benefits from global economic growth? Gains in individual annual income from 1980 to 2023 by global income percentile. So this is the whole world, right? Not just the United States. This is the whole world. So from 1980 to 2023, the wealth has greatly increased in the world, right? We have utilized oil to produce energy and use that energy to produce a ridiculous amount of stuff. A ridiculous amount of stuff. And who benefits from all that stuff? Well, primarily the very, very, very richest people. Elon Musk. That's the people who benefit the most, are the very, very, very richest. So, and they want to scrape up the rest of the wealth down here and put it back up here on top. I mean, I can show you all the data forever, for days, but if you don't believe me and you don't believe the data, what's it matter? I guess I'm talking to then the people who aren't brainwashed, the people who do believe in the dream of multiracial democracy. That's who I'm talking to. Well, then if I'm talking to you, you already know about all this shit that I'm showing you. You already know. It's nothing new. You already knew that at least half the Dems were corrupt, whereas all the Republicans are corrupt. You already knew our political system was fucked up. Like, what the fuck is even the Senate? What is the Senate? It's a way to thwart democracy. Yo, what's up, Natus? What do you mean, what? What are you confused about? I will answer any of your question. I'm here. I'm absolutely here for you. What's up? Tell me. What do you not understand? What is not clear? I want to be clear, right? Hello, by the way. Yes, hello. Look at my Minecraft world. Isn't it great? Are you here for Minecraft, or are you here for, like, political discussion, or are you here for both? Here, let me show you the Statue of Liberty I made. You used to be able to see it from here, but then I upgraded to the latest version of Minecraft, and that broke my mod of the mod I used called Distant Horizons, which was the mod that let you see far, far, far away. Now I can't see anything. Doge is bad. Doge is bad. So I was talking about how the only way the Republicans, so the main issue that the Republicans want to do is Statue of Liberty. The main thing the Republicans want to do is redistribute wealth from the bottom, the poorest people, back up to the very, very, very richest people. I know this because the last time Donald Trump had a trifecta is when you control all three branches of government. The House, the Senate, well, the three parts of government. And yeah, I'm telling you about Doge, right? The House, the last time the last time Republicans had control of the whole government was in 2016, right? They had control of 2017. They had control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. So they could pass whatever bill they wanted through a process called reconciliation. That way the Dems couldn't block it. And what they did with their power was they cut taxes for the rich. For real, this is what happened. So that's what they did with their great power. When Obama had a trifecta, and what he did with his great power was he gave healthcare to all the Americans. And when Joe Biden had the trifecta power, he used his power to do what? To build infrastructure and lower the price of insulin in the United States. So the Democratic presidents gave back to America. But the Republicans, when they had trifecta power, took wealth away from the poorest people and gave it to the richest. Now, that was the one-time thing. Now we're coming back to 2024. 2025 right now. They want to do the same thing again, and they want to do that. The way they do it again is through a process called reconciliation, where the Democrats can't block it. They can do whatever they want with a bare majority. I'm going to tell you about Doge, right? This is about Doge. So they need to, in order to do this, they have to be able to balance what they want to do. They want to give some money they want to give a bunch of money to the rich, but to do that it'll create a deficit, so they have to find the money somewhere else. And the way they find the money is they cut it. But where are you going to cut the money from the government? If you're going to put $1 trillion here, you got to cut $1 trillion from here. But what's there to cut from? Social services for the poor people. That's healthcare, and that's food stamps, and that's all sorts of protections that poor people would get. So that's how come I know the Republicans are all about giving money to the rich and taking money from the poor people. Because that's literally what they're doing with all their power. That's literally what they do. When they have power, they don't help the United States. They don't build it stronger and better. They don't give people health care. They do the opposite. They take away health care. And they take away wealth from the poor. And where do they put it? To the very richest person, Elon Musk. Do you think Elon Musk needs more money? He's the richest person in the world. Why would you give Elon Musk more money? Especially when you're taking it from the very, very poorest people. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense unless you're like evil. If you're evil and you're like, yeah, I hate people and I just want to concentrate the wealth and power at the very top like the old kings of yesterdays. Okay, then you're a fucking evil person. Okay. I'm not. And I'm seeing that you're hurting the weakest people with your bullshit. Elon Musk does not need a fuck ton more money. But poor people do. And you're taking it from the poor people to give it to the rich people. Yeah, so this is another thing I should have grabbed, which was the difference between high information voters and low information voters. That dude, Mattis, is a low information voter dude. All he wanted to do was hear positive stories. He didn't want to know what Doug was. He didn't want to know the history and the context of it. Dude wanted to hear good things said about Doug. And if I didn't say good things about Doug, he wasn't interested. My family! Ah! Alright, fuck them. Fuck those guys. Fuck out of here, Mattis. Piece of shit. Yeah, you're a piece of shit too. I can't believe it. See? White supremacists, man. Our enemy is ignorance. Ooh, that's kind of neat. It looks like it's raining over there. But yeah, without distant horizons, you can't see anything. Yeah, I need someone, like, it's pretty clear, I think I need someone else to talk to. Because when I'm by myself, I can't, like, I have, like, nothing to talk about except, like, things that depress me. So, but Mattis did not want to, you know, he was, like, confused, right? He's like, what? He had no idea what was going on. And I was going to explain it to him, and he's like, no, I don't want to know. Ah! So ignorance rules the day, I guess. For now. Liberty. And over there will be justice, but you can't see it because distant horizons. Anyways, yeah. Okay, let's go back. Look at this nice elevator, dude. This helps so much. Like, I remember the time when we didn't have elevators in Minecraft. when the soul sand didn't make bubble columns. It was a bitch going up and down. It's much nicer now with elevators. Oh yeah, it's over here. Yeah, the world, like, there's a lot going on in the world right now. There's a lot going on, and it's hard to understand what's happening because there are entire organizations with billions of dollars dedicated to tricking you, the average person, into not knowing what's happening. It's called manufacturing consent. They literally create you're okay to do bad things. And they do it by propaganda, by tricking you into believing things that aren't true, and to disbelieving your own eyes. There's my dude. I should bring him back, but all I have are snowballs. Oh, I can, like, literally ride him. Literally ride. Let's do that. No, minecart, don't leave me. Yeah, without me in it, it doesn't have enough inertia to get to the next one. A full minecart travels further and faster than an empty minecart. In Minecraft. In the World War II, probably, but... because inertia. Right? The more mass something has, the more inertia it has. The more inertia it has, the harder it is to alter its motion. So suppose you have something like you have a 1 pound ball, not even a 1 pound, 1 gram ball, moving across the world, right? It would take X amount of force to stop it, to alter its movement. If it's going, because remember, objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Like if you shoot in outer space with no gravity, there's no gravity, no air friction, no nothing, right? If you just throw a ball, all that force just goes. And in order to stop it, you have to apply equal force in the opposite direction. And if it's a 1 gram ball or thing, it's going to take a tiny little bit of force to stop it from moving. But if it's a kilogram, 1,000 grams, and it'll take 1,000 times. Well, I don't know about 1,000 times. It'll take way more force to stop it than a little tiny one. The more mass that something has, the more inertia it has, and the more inertia it has, the harder it is to alter its movement. I think that's why it's probably important. Here, come back here, Gast. I was going to ride you. That's why it's important. Come back, come back. Oh, there's the lead. I found the lead. That's why I think it's important for us to resist. It's important for Americans to resist the fascism. Because fascism is going to hope inertia will carry it to fulfill its plans. The more we resist... Oh, here, just jump on, dude. Come back, but I'm just going to jump on you. Alright, here. I got it. Ho ho! So now I'm riding a happy Gast. But look how slow it goes, right? I told you, this thing is so slow. But the inertia. USA has a lot of inertia, a lot of mass inside of it. It's really hard to like, just like the Titanic was really hard to turn, which is why it crashed into that iceberg. Same thing with the United States. It has a lot of inertia. It's really hard to change its direction. So if we resist as much as we possibly can, then we can limit the amount of inertia the fascists get. So we're getting this way. Well, if I'm gonna do this, I can't show slides. But anyways, yeah, Doge was created specifically to take away money from the government so they could reallocate it for tax cuts for the wealthy. Specifically. Fuck Doge. Fuck Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a Nazi, you know. Do I have to show the clip of Elon Musk doing a Nazi salute again? Probably. Let me do that real quick once I like move over there. Yeah, see, this is how I'm gonna do it, right? When I start doing the statue, I can literally stand on top of the Gast. Be like, okay, let me. Oh shit. You're not supposed to do that, dude. You're supposed to be a platform. And now there's a guy just flying around. Great. Okay, dude. Well, make a fence at least. It doesn't even matter. Here, he came back. Not really. How do I get on him? There we go. It's tricky. It's tricky to get on him again. Okay. Oh, why did I fall through, dude? I'm supposed to be able to walk on him. How do I place blocks if I can't fucking ride on him? Here, let me select a block, like just for testing. Oh, like that. So like literally I do it like this. I don't stand on them. I actually literally ride on. Okay. Well, whatever. F5. I want to increase my view distance so you can at least see the Statue of Liberty from here. $24. Oh yeah, you can barely see him. See her. Okay. Elon Musk is literally a Nazi. And the Anti-Defamation League is a organization that's supposed to protect Jewish people. And yet, it is absolutely okay with Elon Musk doing a Nazi salute on Donald Trump's inauguration stage. They're a-okay with it. But this guy, Mahmoud Khalil, saying free Palestine, that makes them, which has nothing to do with Jewish people, nothing to do with Jewish people, nothing to do with Jewish people at all. But the Anti-Defamation League freaks out and wants to deport this guy. So you gotta think, well, wait a minute. Did Elon Musk really do a Nazi salute? Did he really do that? Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, for real.
Make it happen. Thank you.
He did a fucking Nazi salute. Fuck that guy. I mean, you're not gonna turn around and tell me, oh, it's not real, motherfucker. He is a leader in the Republican Party, and he's a fucking Nazi. He just did a Nazi salute. So then I gotta wonder, why are you following this guy? Why are you following him? Why do you think he's a good guy? Why, like Mattis, you fucking took off already, but yeah, why do you think it's cool to hang out with Nazis? Shh, motherfucker. See, look, I'm standing on top of him now. Maybe I walked back too far, and that's why I fell off. Because I'm literally standing on top now. Anyways, here, get back on. Anyways. Oh. Shit. Yeah, that's what I should have fucking said. When he was like, Doge, I'm like, oh yeah, the leader of Doge is a Nazi. Do you like hanging out with Nazis, Mattis? Oh, I'm not gonna get viewers this way. Oh well. You're not gonna get viewers if you attack them when they chat at you. Well, is it my fault if somebody says they're a Nazi? Fuck that. So this is essentially the Republican budget. Americans are barely surviving. They're barely surviving with food stamps and with healthcare, with Medicaid. Because when you have Medicaid, you don't get the best treatment. You're not seen first. It's not a priority, right? Like the hospitals hate to do Medicaid because they have to provide services for way less money than if they would charge private insurance. They make way less money from Medicaid than they do from private insurance. But at the same time, if they didn't get money from Medicaid, those hospitals would fail. They don't make enough. They don't have enough people with private insurance to keep them open, and they would have to close down. So I'm talking about hospitals in rural areas, rural hospitals. Rural hospitals are very, very dependent upon Medicaid to stay open. Without Medicaid, then no one would come in to get health care, and then their hospitals would have to close, and then there would be no health care at all in the rural area. You have to come to the city for health care. So who benefits from that? Are they saying that rural people are rich? Hell no. There's a lot of poor rural people. Oh shit, I gotta do something about this. Hold on. I'm getting attacked by bats. Ow, ow. Here, go down. Five. Down. No, that's not how you go down. Okay, now I gotta get out of this. Oh, dude, come on. You see how slow this is? Like, I can't abide by how slow it goes. It's kind of shitty. It's like so slow. Okay, fly away, dude. I gotta hide from these guys. Okay. Oh, you didn't see that. Because it's too much. So Medicaid is what's keeping these hospitals open. And the Republicans, their plan is to cut Medicaid, because why? Because they need to, in order to do reconciliation, they have to balance the budget. It has to be balanced. So if they're going to cut taxes for the rich, they have to find that money from somewhere. And the somewhere they find it is healthcare for poor people. So poor people are barely surviving, right? They're wearing a life jacket in the middle of the fucking ocean. They're barely surviving. If you take away their life jacket, they're going to fucking drown and die. And the Republicans are driving by in their boat because they're all wealthy, right? All those Republican politicians are rich as fuck. They don't give a fuck about you if you're poor. They think you should die because they're fucking settler colonial Nazis. Fuck them. Republicans are, with their bill, are coming by and saying, hey, we need to find trillions of dollars of money to give to these rich people. The way we're going to get it is we're going to take all of your life jackets away from you. So you have to swim in the ocean by yourself. Good luck. This is exactly what it is. Why? Why are they taking the life jackets? To give to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Did you know Jeff Bezos pretty much rented out the entire island of Venice for his wedding? The entire island. The whole city. The whole city of Venice. He booked out every hotel and restaurant. He booked and tour. He booked every hotel, restaurant, and tour so that he would have the whole place to himself. That's how rich Jeff Bezos is. And Republicans want to give him money, and the way they want to give him money is they take away healthcare from the poorest people who are barely making it. I can't handle it, man. Like, how do people not know this? And it's because propaganda. If you watch Fox News, you would have no idea. I have my mom's 80-something-year-old veteran friend. She's a veteran, so she gets her treatment from the VA. So she's not, she's not necessarily connected to the people who need Medicaid. And she watches all her news from Fox News. So she has no idea, right? She has no idea that they're gonna give a tax cut to Jeff Bezos by taking away the life jackets of poor people. She has no idea. If you try to tell her, she won't listen. She refused to look. Just like that Mattis dude who's like, oh yeah, tell me about Doge. And I'm like, oh yeah, Doge is this evil organization looking for money to give to rich people by taking it away from poor people. And he fucking left. He's like, no, that's not what I want to hear. Shit. So here's another view of Mom Donnie, right? This is Fox News. Fox News is showing this because to the audience of Fox News, this is bad. These are bad things. No cost childcare. Baby baskets to newborns, $30 minimum wage, right? To me and you, right? To regular ass people, this is fucking fantastic. This is amazing. Like, I don't have any kids, but I think it's great that Mom Donnie is gonna provide childcare. That allows women to work because childcare typically falls upon women. I mean, if you want to really get down to gender and shit, right? Why is it that women get saddled with all the childcare? Is it because men make more money? Well, why the fuck do men make more money then? like anymore, you need 2 incomes for a household anymore. Well, someone's got to watch the kid while mom goes to work. Who's going to watch the kid? And childcare costs almost as much money as women make when they go back to work. So it's almost like, why even go to work when you can do the childcare yourself? If it's gonna cost the same amount of money that you make at work, then don't go to work and just do it yourself, and you save all that money. So, but Fox is saying this. Fox is saying this not because they think it's a good thing, but because they think it's a bad thing, because they don't like Mamdani. Republicans, fascists don't like him, right? Socialists and fascists are typically at opposite ends of the political spectrum. Like, did you know that? Socialists and fascists are on opposite end. Same thing with communists. Yeah, communists and fascists hate each other. Socialists and fascists hate each other because they have opposite views. Socialists believe the wealth should be distributed evenly, so that socialists and communists want to redistribute the wealth downward and create a fat middle. So the extremes are very few extremes. Whereas fascists want to create that pyramid. Remember? That pyramid of hierarchy. They want to take all the wealth and power from the bottom and concentrate it at the top. These are opposite ideas. They do not at all coexist. It's like saying, I want to be lava hot, and the other person saying, I want to be ice cold. And you can't do it, right? You can't do it. Like, what's the medium between spread the wealth out to everyone and concentrate it at the top? What's the median? Liberalism. Liberalism says we can concentrate the wealth at the top, but we're going to use some of that wealth to alleviate the very worst of the bottom. We're going to put a floor there instead of just dirt for the people at the bottom. But that way you could have your pyramid, but it won't be so bad at the bottom. That's liberalism. The problem is that wealth continued to be concentrated at the top. Even if you just slow the amount of wealth concentration, doesn't eliminate it, and so it eventually becomes overpowered, because wealth is power. Concentrated wealth is concentrated power. Wealth is power. So if you allow a little bit of wealth accumulation at the top, concentration, if you allow a little bit of wealth power concentration, what happens is that little bit of power concentration is going to use its little bit of power to change the rules to make it be allowed to have a little bit more power, and then a little bit more power, and then a little bit more power, until the whole thing is one big, until they have all the power, and they rearrange society to however they see fit, which is what's going on right now. And that's because our political system is broken. The voter, our votes are too weak. And power has too much influence. Power and money, because money is power. It has too much influence on our system. So, I mean, do people not, I mean, maybe people don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know how we could have got here. I know that my family doesn't even listen to me. They don't even respect what I say. We don't even talk. Like, I can after this one call up my cousin wherever he is in Texas, if he's not at work today, and say, hey, I want to talk to you about something really important about politics. And I don't know how that would go. No, I'm like, did you know that Republicans are literally evil? You know that guy you voted for is literally a fascist? Like, I can say this now because he's never going to watch these YouTube videos. No one does. They'll watch it for like 2 seconds and then like run away. Like, I would do the same thing. I never watch these YouTube videos unless they're teaching me how to do a Minecraft machine. Or if it's like a how-to, like how to do something. That's the only time I watch YouTube videos. That's not true, dude. You like go through I go through a lot of YouTube videos just for whatever. but I don't really watch video games like Let's Plays. I don't ever watch Let's Plays. Anyways, you see why I need like another like co-host so I can like direct this flow, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. How far are we in? An hour and a half. I gotta go through too much. I want you to understand that this system is not unknown, not like unique, not brand new. We've seen it before. It's been done before. All you have to do is look in history and say all the parallels between Nazi Germany are happening here and now. The permanent cost of one big beautiful bill's tax cuts is larger than the long-run Social Security Trust Fund shortfall. So remember how I said they can only use reconciliation if... Can I delete that one? Remove. Okay, yeah, nice. Oh, that's nice. I can do that. So I said in order to use reconciliation, it has to be revenue neutral. You can only use reconciliation if it's revenue neutral. The reason why they have to use reconciliation is because otherwise Democrats can filibuster and stop it from going. And that means you have to create a bill that enough Democrats get a sign off on to overcome the filibuster. You have to compromise, and they don't want to compromise. So instead of compromising, the Republicans are going to just take a hatchet to the government. And they have to spin it to their people to say that it's a good thing that they're destroying the federal government to give tax cuts to the very richest. So Social Security has a shortfall, has a problem. More money is going out than money going into the Social Security. And why is that? Is it because that regular Americans are lazy, or that it's being defrauded? No, that's not what's happening. In fact, all those illegal immigrants that were working here in the United States, they all had tax ID numbers. Why do they have tax ID numbers? So they can pay federal taxes. So all those illegal workers that were working here in the United States were working and paying federal taxes, but they never, ever withdraw money back out. They never take money back out. They only give money. Even with them, there was not enough money going into Social Security than was going out. Why is that? Why is that a problem? What happened? It used to be okay. What happened that it's no longer sufficient? What happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's true that Congress borrowed money out of Social Security. I don't know. I don't know how it is. But what I do know is that there's a cap. There's a limit to how much money you can make that gets taxed for Social Security. And if you make any money above this amount, it doesn't get taxed for Social Security. So that number, I believe, is somewhere around like $150,000. Or something like that, right? I'm not sure. I don't know. It's different if you're married or if you're single. If you have kids, I don't know. But there's a limit to how much money gets taxed for Social Security. And any money you make above that is tax-free. So we look over here. The cost of the House Republicans is 1.1%. Of what? I don't know. The cost of House passed tax cuts, if made permanent, is 1.6, and the 75 years Social Security Trust Fund shortfall is 1.5%. So the amount of money we're going to lose, the amount of deficit, the tax cuts, the money they're giving to rich people is more than the shortfall for Social Security. You could plug the hole for Social Security if you took this and gave it to Social Security instead. But Republicans aren't going to do that. They're going to give it to the rich instead. to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. See, that fucker Mattis? I don't know who that Mattis is, right? He could have been a Russian. For all I know. And yeah, Russians want to see the United States crumble and die, of course, right? Because the dream of America is bigger and greater than Russia. The dream of America, of multiracial democracy, of freedom and justice for all. That dream is so amazing that Russia has to be content with fucking Putin. Putin's corruption. Putin saying this is the best it could ever be. Being poor and impoverished while the wealthy control everything, that's the best it could ever be. Don't ever hope for anything better. Trust in Vladimir Putin. This is the best it will ever be. It could ever be. And then you have the United States with this idea of freedom and justice for all. And look how awesome it is. Look how fantastic it is. Look how free they are. It's a fucking amazing. And then the Russians are like, well then what the fuck am I doing here? Like, look at that amazing dream. Why don't I go and do that? Instead of putting up with fucking Putin and this bullshit, telling me that this is the best it could be. Fuck you, Putin. Right? It's a major danger. The United States is a major danger. Major danger to authoritarians. It's mere existence. I'm not talking the military or anything. Just the mere existence of a successful democracy is a threat to authoritarian rule. And so, of course, they want to destroy it. They want to destroy it. So that's what Donald Trump and the Republicans are doing. I mean, don't make me get back into the how Trump and Russia are intertwined. Don't make me do that again. I will, because if you don't understand it. But it's a fact that Donald Trump and Russia work together to overthrow American democracy. It's a fact. It's a fact. So, let's get into it if you don't understand that part. Anyways, yeah, those regimes, they're both, what does Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin share? Similar values. They have the same values. They're gangsters. Who don't abide by the rule of law. And these are awesome shaders, huh? Distant Horizons? Or not Distant Horizons. Rethinking Voxels? What great shaders. I talk all this stuff, but like, if I were like fucking serious, I would like, I'm not rich, dude. Like, I'm not rich at all. I've fallen quite a ways. But I should like kick down some money to like these people who are working for free and like doing like good stuff for the world. Like, I love these shaders, Distant Horizons. I don't know who the guy is that makes it. I have to find out. Not Distant Horizons, I keep saying that because I love that one too, right? But Rethinking Voxels, this is like amazing. I love this one. Of course, I love this game too, right? Like, Mojang keeps adding stuff to. How old is this game? How old is Minecraft? And they still keep adding to it? They didn't just make a Minecraft 2? They just add to it for free. Look at all these blocks, dude. They're all new blocks. Look how high I am. Like, the base game, you couldn't get this high in the base game. This is something they added on for free later on. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. Mojang, great. Like, for value, like, yeah, what a great game. I played this game for a decade now. Maybe a decade, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, what else do I got? Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm trying to yeah, I'm just trying. There's our Secretary of Education. Secretary of Education. Linda McMahon. She's got to get pile drive. This wrestler is gonna pile drive her. Yeah, Linda McMahon is This person is the Secretary of Education. She's the wife of Vince McMahon, who is the owner, I think, of the World Wrestling Entertainment Company, which produces like male soap operas, basically. I love wrestling, dude. I love pro wrestling. Like, I don't. It used to be the only game in town was like WWF or like another one. I forget the name of it, but like small time. But like now I'm starting to see like these little companies around the Pacific Northwest with their own pro wrestling, and I'm like, that's awesome. That's great. They're aware. They know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, dude, I can like get into it again. Anyways, it's a shady company, the WWE. It's shady. They're exploitive of their performers. Yeah. Anyways, and they're fascists. Donald Trump utilizes the pro wrestling form of hype, I guess. Everything's the best ever, with tears in his eyes, bullshit like that, and it works, right? It's not like it works. That's why he does it. Oh yeah, check it out. You know how I said Republicans are fucking rich and they don't care? I'm not even joking, dude. Look at this. Mitch McConnell, Melania D'Arrigo. There we go, D'Arrigo. Melania D'Arrigo. Mitch McConnell has a net worth of up to $52 million and has had high-quality government-financed healthcare for decades. Losing your healthcare, losing your loved ones, losing your life isn't something people should be told to get over. Because why? Because Mitch McConnell, separately, Senator Mitch McConnell said, failure isn't an option. Failure isn't an option. And added, I know a lot of us are hearing from people back home about Medicaid, but they'll get over it. Like, do I think my cousin and aunt who voted for Donald Trump but benefited greatly from, I don't know if they need it now anymore, but maybe their kids do, I don't know, benefited from Medicaid and Medicare. Do I believe that they're just going to get over it when they no longer have health care? Yeah, that's some bullshit, dude. That's Mitch McConnell being, oh, I'm so rich, you don't need to care about the poor people. Nothing bad will happen to us, just them. Ugh. I don't want to show the rest, dude. What time is... To make it an even 2 hours. Let's keep going. ICE is ethnic cleansing. ICE is ethnic cleansing. ICE is ethnic cleansing. ICE is ethnic cleansing. ICE's goal is not terror. Terror is a nice byproduct for them, but this is Chad Loader. ICE's goal is not terror. Terror is a nice byproduct for them, but ICE's goal is ethnic cleansing. If terror were the main goal, then Stephen Miller wouldn't be screaming at these guys on the phone calls about upping their numbers. Ethnic cleansing requires logistics, and it takes resources. That's why in the big budget they're gonna make, you know how they're taking money away from poor people in order to give tax cuts to the rich? They're also expanding the budget for ICE more than the Bureau of Corrections and Prisons. So ICE will get more money than the Bureau of Prisons. Why? Why would ICE get more money than the Bureau of Prisons? Because it takes a lot of money to make concentration camps, which is what they're doing. Like, oh, fuck, dudes. My family doesn't believe me. Well, we don't talk about it. I don't know if they don't believe me because we don't talk about it. The last time I had a chance to talk to my cousin, when he brought it up and not me, was on his wedding day, and we were in the American Legion Hall, which like isn't the place you want to talk about politics. I mean, maybe I should, right? But like, that would be a fucking pretty bold step for me. I haven't served. It was my grandfather that served, not me. Like, I'm a guest here. It's my first time ever here. Like, I've never been around here. Like, I don't know nothing. Why would I, like, fucking bring up politics and, like, fuck with the atmosphere and shit? Like, I'm the newcomer. I'm just watching. I'm just looking. Like, I'm just passing through, right? Like, why should I dump a bunch of shit on them like that? But my cousin thought he could do it. Shit. He was on he had his phone on speaker, talking like in the middle of the fucking, while people are eating breakfast all around. Oh my gosh. Don't carry your wounds with you. Well, how do you think I learn? I gotta learn. Pain is a way of learning. The Senate's version of the bill would kick 11.8 million people off their health insurance. They're like trying to undo Obamacare is what's happening. This is a good one. 2 in 5 tipped workers rely on Medicaid and the ACA marketplace for healthcare coverage. So I get this is the 100% of the workers, 25% of the tipped workers. So this is 100% of the tipped workers, this whole bar. 25% of them, of the tipped workers, use Medicaid. 17% use the Obamacare. So that's 42% of the people who work for tips, or who get tipped. 42%, almost half of them, rely on Medicaid. So the lie that was told to the people was that Donald Trump's like, oh, I'm not going to tax the tipped workers. I'm not going to tax the tips anymore. I'm not going to tax the tips anymore. Right? That's how he sold it, right? He sold that to the tipped workers in order to get their vote and trick them. Because what he didn't tell you was that he was going to just take that away from another side. Instead, he's not going to tax your tips. Instead, he's going to take away your health care. Because there's a lot of fucking people who work for tips that rely on Medicaid and Medicare. And Medicaid and Obamacare. There's a lot of people who rely on that. And sure, you're not going to tax their tips anymore, but now they have to pay for their own health care, which is way more expensive. Way more money than what they would have saved or what they would have spent on taxes. Their tips. You gave them a penny and took a fucking like $10 from them. You gave them a penny and took $10. And then said, I'm going to get rid of pennies. That's exactly what it was. Donald Trump gave them a penny and took away $10 and then said he was going to get rid of pennies. He's That's funny. Dude, alright, I think that's enough. Is that 2 hours yet? No, I got 15 more minutes to go. Alright, let me talk about Salem, Oregon, right? So Avelo Airlines in Salem is like the only airlines that flies to Salem. It's the only airlines that does it. It's the only, and it has exactly one route. It only flies to Burbank, from Salem to Burbank, California. That's it. It's only one route. That's the only thing it does. In order to stay afloat, because that's not enough money, right? In order to stay afloat, Avelo Airlines entered into an agreement with the federal government to transport people for ICE. They're going to be the airline that sends people to ICE processing centers to be sent to concentration camps. They're part of the concentration camp network, in other words. Now, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. I'm never going to ride Avelo Airlines ever again. Never, never. Never, never. I will never ride them again. Because they're collaborating with Nazis. With fascists. They're collaborating with fascists. Why would I fucking give money to a fascist collaboration company? Fuck that. In fact, I want the city to break their agreement with Avelo Airlines so they can't operate out of Salem anymore. Like, fine, keep your fucking contract with the fascists, but we're not going to help you with your concentration camps. You're not going to get our money to do it. That's what I want, right? That's what I want. I went to Salem City Council last Monday and testified that I would have been, like, my dad, right? I was adopted. My dad was an illegal immigrant from Mexico. And he came to America and he raised me and took care of me. He provided for me. He loved me. My dad loved me. And had he been, and he eventually became a citizen and bought a house and did the whole thing. Had he been deported, had Donald Trump come years earlier and deported my father, my life would have been fucked. I can say it personally. Like, it literally would have affected me. It would have fucked up my life in lots and lots of ways to have my dad ripped away from me. Like, on multiple levels. I think I turned out pretty okay, right? I have, like, right now, thank goodness, no kids, but I also have no debt, right? I have no criminal record. What objective do you want to use to say this is a good citizen? Like, no criminal record, no debt, no kids running around, I don't know, like, what else do you want me to say? Like, I pay my taxes. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I follow all of the laws. What do you want? Leave me alone. Right? Had my dad been deported, for the only reason would be because he was illegal, because he didn't have his papers, my life as an American citizen would have been way worse. I might have been a drag. Instead of a net bonus, because I pay taxes, if I do nothing else for the community or for anybody else, the fact that I don't break laws and I pay taxes means I'm contributing. You may not like what I say or what I do, but you can't deny that I'm contributing. I pay taxes. Just like everyone else, right? And I follow the laws. If my dad would have been deported, I might not have been a person that's contributing. Chances are, my life would have been shitty. A lot shittier. A lot shittier. We can't say for sure because it didn't happen. But if you look at if you compare dual income families to single income families, dual income families with 2 parents, doesn't matter the race, doesn't matter the religion, doesn't matter the gender, doesn't matter the sex, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. A married couple has a better time raising kids than a single parent of any gender, of any race. I mean, there are degrees, of course, but I'm telling you, the fact that my dad was there for me was of immense value. And had Donald Trump thrown him in a concentration camp and deported him, I personally would have had a fucked up life. Never mind him. My poor dad, he didn't fucking deserve, he doesn't deserve to be sent off to fucking deported, ripped from his family, from his life. He wouldn't have deserved that. And it's happening right now to people. Right now. For no reason. Other than ethnic, well, yeah, for a reason. Because white racist people want to create an ethno-state for white people. That's why it's happening. So, I testified at the city council to let them know that, yeah, it's kind of personal that my tax dollars go to my city tax dollars go to supporting a link in the concentration camp network. And we should break that. So they heard from all of us, right? City council heard from all of us, and there was a few people that said, "Oh, but we bring in money we have like 500 jobs that are built from this thing, and which pays into the city, and it's really convenient for the not 500 jobs, 500 passengers." He's like, it's really convenient for these 500 people. It's really convenient for 500 people, and it creates jobs in Salem. That was the pro argument. Yeah, you might make even more jobs if you go along with the concentration camp network. Why don't we build a concentration camp right here in the city? You fuck. God damn, dude. Evil is still evil, right? Like, it might be more profitable to be evil, but it doesn't make it good. Just because you make more money doesn't make it good. I need more coffee. So, yeah, I testified that Salem ought to break all agreements with Avelo Airlines, because I don't want to participate in a Nazi fucking American fucking racist motherfucking ethnic cleansing system. Because that's what it is. It's ethnic cleansing. It's not deportation. It's not nothing to do with justice. It's ethnic cleansing. And if justice isn't smiling upon our nation, we are fucked. Because that's part of the social contract. And you want to dissolve the social contract, that's a bad thing. Chaos reigns supreme. Six minutes. I don't want to show videos of people getting arrested. It's traumatic to me now. Like, I know it's happening, and I wonder what I'd do. Like, those kind of situations make a person want to feel like they are a superhero. Like, me as a regular person, I'm watching like a bunch of fucking masked federal agents, maybe federal agents, maybe they're bounty hunters. I don't know what they are. You know, maybe they're Proud Boys. I don't know what the fuck they are. Bunch of masked dudes get out of fucking random cars and like tackle some Latino dude and then shove him in a car. And like, if you try to stop them, they have guns and they will kill you. Like, as a regular person, there's nothing you can do but like videotape and bear witness. But what if you were a superhero? What if you were armed too, right? Well, then you would die because there's more of them than you with guns. But what if all your neighbors had guns and were ready at the same time? Well, you'd have to have advance notice, and they would have to be organized, and then it would be a showdown, and it might be real scary. Because how do you back out of that situation when you're surrounded? in like, yeah, holy shit, that's like start of a civil war type stuff. Like, man, just where we're heading is outrageous. It's incredible. But yeah, City of Salem. We need. Oh yeah. I was going to show you. I don't think I downloaded it first. Here, maybe I still can find it. City of Salem lawyer put out a thing saying, if we do this, it's going to cost us a lot of money. A lot of money. And City of Salem already doesn't make enough money. It already doesn't make enough money. Like, we're having a massive budget problem right now because City of Salem doesn't make enough money. Businesses are closing all over downtown because City of Salem isn't making enough money. So, like, how do you want to make more money? How do you want to make more money? Like, because that's what it is, right? Like, it'd be nice to have these things, but you still got to pay the bills. How will you pay bills in City of Salem? And, like, I can't look it up, right? It's going to take me too long. I should have did it ahead of time. And I've only got, 4 minutes to go. Here, maybe I can go. Yeah, resist. Keep resisting. Break that fucking inertia. Or keep it. I'm not sure which way we need to go, but yeah. Resist. It's important to resist. To at least stop their inertia from building up. Where is it? City of Salem. It told us, here we go. Is this it? No, that's the whole meeting. There it is, got it. Salem Legislar. It's not a PDF. Okay, I will tell you what this is. Let me snip it first and do this. Hey, we're doing it. Local content, dude. Oh no, oh yeah. Oh no, it's under the window. Shit. I can't grab it. Like, is there a way to... No, just move a window. Tell me. Tab all, yep. Oh, can I go like that? Snipping. No. That doesn't work. Alt M. Alt space and then select move. Okay, go to it. Alt space move. Hey, yeah, it did it. Yay! All right, yay. Okay, thank you. Oh wait, the snip. Okay. City of Salem! City of Salem! Oh, you're right? Like, look at this shit. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Wall of text. Right? Wall of text. That's what it is. It's a wall of text. So, but you know what? Like, this changed from Minecraft show to hyperlocal City of Salem show. Wall of text. Facts and findings. The city has two arrangements with Avelo Airlines. One agreement is a minimum revenue guarantee, and utilizes $850,000 of federal grant funds through the FAA and $350 in contributions Salem area residents. Oh shit. You don't see it. You can't see it. All of this on screen, please. Please. And businesses. So the feds are paying $850 and the FAA and then the city is paying $350. This expires October 2025, which is real soon. The other agreement, so that's one, right? That's one of them. Ballpoint pen. Tiny. So, $850 in federal grant funds. Expires 2025. The other agreement, two agreements. So the other agreement, is an air carrier agreement, operating agreement. The initial term of the agreement is 10 years. 10 years. Damn, dude. And it's maybe extended for additional 5 years. The initial term ends in 2032. So we're in the hole for this until 2032. The agreement gives the airline preferential use of certain facilities at the airport and obliges the city to provide or allow other activities or facilities at the airport to facilitate commercial air services, such as TSA security, airline maintenance and fueling activities, and infrastructure. The airline receives a discount on various fees at the airport. The fees are subject to gradual increasement through the term of the agreement. Okay, so let's continue. As relevant here, the city may only terminate the agreement in the event the airline defaults, which is defined as a failure by the airline to perform any of its obligations under the agreement, such as and then such failure is not cured by the airline within 15 days after notice by the city of such default. So we, in order to get out of this, the airline has to make a breach and not respond after 15 days. It is, say, in this instance, it is doubtful that a violation of law in the airline's operation outside of Oregon and is not connected to its flights based in Salem or Oregon would be grounds for termination of agreement. So even if the airline were to break the law outside of Oregon, breaking the law outside of Oregon has no effect on its agreement with Oregon. So you can't break it because they didn't break the agreement. Just because they broke a law in another state doesn't mean you can break their lease agreement here, because they fulfill it. They do everything they're supposed to according to your lease. Your lease doesn't say don't break laws in other states. Okay. Due to the confidential nature of the legal advice analysis concerning this issue, this report will not disclose specific analyses of whether the city would breach its agreements with the airline in the event it terminates the agreements due to the airline conducting deportation flights outside of Oregon. So maybe they're not even doing it inside of Oregon. Maybe they're not using Oregon as it exactly. Maybe they're only doing this in another state. Oh. So maybe the deal is with Availo Airlines is that yeah, we're not doing deportation flights out of Oregon. We're doing it out of fucking, I don't know, some other state. Yeah, sure. We're doing it over there, but not over here. We're not breaking the law here. We're not doing the thing that you're against here. well, yeah, but you're still doing it. So I don't want anything to do with you. So we still want to find a way to break out of it. Even though you're not doing it here in Oregon, you're still doing it. So I don't want anything to do with it. Okay. So in the event we were to break our agreement, several things remain true regardless of any legal action the airline might take in response. So there's still legal action the airline might take, right? So if the city of Salem were to break their agreement, they're still gonna like sue us. Like you break our contract, you're gonna get sued. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. The airline would have the right to continue to conduct flights from Seattle or Salem-Willamette Valley Airport. Even if you terminate it, they can still do it, because that's what the legal arrangement was. The city is obliged by federal law and grant assurances, because the feds use grants, and is obliged by federal law to allow for the use of the airport for aviation-related uses, subject only to airport regulations. Even without the operations agreements, the airline would be able to continue to conduct flights at the airport. Under this scenario, the city would charge undiscounted fees for their airline activities, but the airline could continue to operate. The FAA would demand repayment of the $850,000. Ouch, right? The feds are going to want their money back if we don't help them. Okay, so that's more debt for the city to have to pay. Which, remember, the city already fucking is already hurting for money. So, the city's grant agreement with the FAA imposes a number of obligations on the city's performance under the grant. In the event that the city were to terminate the agreement with the airline, it's very likely that the Trump administration would demand that the city return that much money like right away. And we would be ineligible for future FAA grants, for a new agreement, and potentially for any federal grants ever. Okay, blah 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 blah. And then the city would be unlikely to attract new airlines in the future. Why would any airlines risk their capital and their time to make an airline to a city if that city is just going to rescind their agreement? Why would... So there you have it. There you have it. That is where we're at, City of Salem, for where we're at in terms of that agreement. We did our action. We made our voices heard at the city council. I spoke out against Avella Airlines and told them why the city must cease having agreements with that company. And the city responded with this. Well, I don't know if the city did or if the city lawyer responded with this. I think the city lawyer responded with what I have up there right now. So the long and short of it is, we'd have to pay back. Like, we can't, there's no way we can break the agreement. Just because the airlines is conducting ICE flights outside of Oregon doesn't mean Oregon can legally break the agreement. They're not in breach of the agreement. If Oregon were to break, if Salem were to break the agreement anyways, even though they didn't do it, it means they broke the agreement. Salem broke the agreement. And when you break the contract, things happen, right? You ever play Baldur's Gate? Do you want demon horns on you? Right? If you break the agreement, there's a cost. And the cost of breaking the agreement means that the city of Salem will never get another grant for the airport. And look at that grant, dude. That grant was like the majority of money. It was $1 million, and the feds ponied up 850 of it. Oh no, it's more than $1 million. But yeah, around, because city of Salem ponied up 350,000, and the feds ponied up 150,000, and then the airline got to pay discounted fees. Like, they didn't pay the full price to use the stuff, because in order for the airline to operate out of Salem, they have to pay the airport, right? You gotta refuel. You gotta like be able to de-ice or whatever. I don't know if you have to de-ice. You gotta be able to take care of stuff. So yeah, the city of Salem has to provide services for the airline. Like, they don't own the airport, the airline industry. They don't own the airport. The city of Salem owns the airport. So if the airline is going to land here, the airline is going to need to like refuel. And if you're going to refuel, you got to buy that from somewhere. Where are you going to buy it from? City of Salem. They have the airport. And it costs a amount of money. Well, if we're going to operate this thing, if we're going to do it, the agreement is you, city of Salem, are going to give the airline, we're going to buy that fuel at a less cost. We're not going to pay full price for it. Like, sure, maybe a little bit later you can increase the price, but in the beginning, nah. You're gonna sell it to us for less money. And that fee you normally charge airlines to operate out of your airport, you're gonna make that a lot less for us. At least in the beginning. This whole thing, right, is baked in. We're gonna lose that. And sure, what that means is the airline's gonna operate out of Salem anyways. Right? That's the other agreement. That's agreement 2. One agreement ends at the end of October 2025. The other agreement ends in 2035 or something. What was it? 2032. So even if you break one agreement, you can't break the other agreement. And no one wants to work with you anymore. So what can we do as a city, right? What can Salem do as a city? What do you want city of Salem to do? One citizen came right out and said it. A bunch of stuff. Even if you can't break the contracts, here's all the things you can do. You can say you're not going to renew the contract again. You can say it. Just fucking say it. That's all. Just fucking say it. That's it. Just say it. You have the power to do that. You have the power to say, okay, we're not going to fucking do this again. We're not going to renew this contract. If your airline is contributing to the American concentration camp system, the city of Salem is not going to let you do it and not going to do business with you. You can say it. You can keep your contracts, but say it. You can say that you're not going to renew the contract. You can not renew the contract. Like, keep the other federal mandated contract, fine. I don't know. You can try to find a loophole in the agreement to force the Avelo to not respond within 15 days, so you can kick them out legally. Oh shit! Like, I'm not very good with these controls, man. I like try to go down by pressing Shift, and instead of going down, it makes me dismount. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that when I'm so high up. Like, scary. I think the way you control it is by looking. You look in the direction you want to go. You look in the direction you want to go. I want to go to the happy place. I should look at the happy place instead of all the sad stuff. I would die if I fell from this height. I want to go to the happy place. Let's look there. Let's envision the world we want. And the world I want is for people to have true liberty, to be who they are, to believe what they want to believe, in terms of religion. Yeah. I'm very Kantian in the noumena and phenomena. Like, that's like the only thing I get out of Kant. it's that boundary. Is that unresolved dualism? I don't know. I'm not that good of a philosopher. Oh man. Okay, I'm sure I hit my 2 hours by now. Going over the... Yeah, what do we do? What do we do? Like, we cannot do the... Let's see. What happens if you break them? Do the confident... Oh, and then we get sued. So I think the best the city of Salem can do, because already we don't have enough money. How are we gonna cover a fucking self-inflicted wound like that? Like, that's a self-inflicted wound. To cut ourselves free would be wounding ourselves at the same time, financially. And we already don't have enough money. Like, if the city doesn't have enough money, what happens? People lose their jobs. Or services stop. Yeah, and services stop. So the library is closed. So people who are really, really poor and depend upon the state for sustenance, they're not going to get the support they need. And then they're going to suffer. It's going to be an overall increase in suffering. Well, maybe not an overall increase, because, yeah, sure, it contributes. And how much of an impact will it make upon Avelo Airlines if City of Salem were to inflict this self-imposed wound upon not be associated with Avelo Airlines anymore? Like, is it worth it? It's hard. Like, a lot of people will suffer locally here to not even stop, just not to give money to Avelo Airlines. Like, the best way to do it would be for Avelo Airlines to lose their interest in operating in Salem. Like, sure, you can operate here in Salem, but it's not gonna be profitable. No one's gonna want to go on your airlines. And you know what? I think there's a group of older Americans, of Salem people, who are doing just that. They're out there at the airport meeting the people who are riding on Avelo Airlines and trying to convince them not to go on this airline because it's a bad airline. I should have helped them. I should go and contribute to that next time. That's a really good idea. Really? Right? What are you going to do? What are you going to do otherwise? It's like they already thought through this. Those older people. They're like a step ahead of me. That's amazing. All right, you guys are smart. Because I'm like, it took me all this time to figure out what you're already doing. How funny is that? Yeah, we have to make it so that no one wants to ride on Avelo Airlines. And the way you do that is, yeah, we could be very disruptive and like throw paint and do shit like that or sabotage, but that's all like bad, right? If I want to maintain good standing in society, if I want to maintain my ability to say that I'm a contributing member of society and that I don't break laws, I can't break laws. So there's got to be another way, and like the best way would be to convince people just not to go. Talk to people like human beings and be like, yo, I know it's convenient, but it's a bad idea, man. It's a bad idea. I know it's convenient, but it's a bad idea, and you matter. You writing it absolutely matters. There's only 500 people that regularly use Avelo Airlines to fly to Burbank. Like, we can absolutely convince a majority, like, people not to ride it. Enough people not to ride on it so that it's not profitable for them anymore. And that they leave. That way, the city of Salem doesn't have to break any agreements and incur more debt and then cause more people to lose their jobs here in the city. It doesn't have to scale back its services in order to pay for a debt self-inflicted wound. It doesn't have to do that. And you do the moral thing, which is you get you don't have yourself associated with anything to do with the concentration camp that's happening, because that's absolutely what's happening. The United States has absolutely gone fascist and is creating a concentration camp to house migrants until they die. People are already dying in ICE captivity. It's already happening. It's already happening. Like, who am I even talking to? Like, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, then like, you're not gonna listen to me. So I think, though, that's absolutely the best way to, like, that's the way to do it. By going down to the airport, as people go to the airport to go on their rides, and talking to them before they get into the restricted area, and try to convince them not to ride the airlines anymore after this. I mean, yeah, it's kind of shitty to have to drive up to Portland, but then maybe there should be a train, a good train, that goes from Salem to Portland, and from Portland, and then from Salem to Eugene. I took the train from Nara, Japan, Nara City, Japan, to Osaka all the time. It was great, and it was an electric train, so it wasn't like it was using gas. It was an electric train. The whole thing, they had miles and miles and miles of electrical line. It was amazing. And I'm like, why can't we do that here in America? It would be the smartest thing ever. There are all these things we could do to make America great. And it just feels like it's all being robbed from us, stolen from us. Anyways, the city of Salem. Like, it would be better for y'all to go up to Portland for your flights than it would be to take Avelo Airlines. Why? Because Avelo Airlines makes their money by transporting humans to concentration camps. That's why. Do you want to ride on the Nazi airlines? Because that's kind of what it is. Because if you're associated with Nazis, you become a Nazi. That's the way it is. I don't make the rules. It's like just like a truism. Like, why is it that when you get bitten by a zombie, you become a zombie? I don't know. That's just the way it is. Alright, I think that'll do it for me, right? I covered the city of Salem. Like, I think the only moral way to do it, I mean, people might come to their own conclusions. Some people might feel more strongly about the contribution to the Nazi airlines than I do. Like, maybe they wouldn't find it acceptable to have that relationship anyways. Maybe they wouldn't find it they would find it acceptable to inflict this wound upon ourselves if it means that we're no longer associated with a Nazi airline. Right? They might have a different calculus than me. But then I would ask them, how are you going to make up, like, how are we going to make the money up? Where does Salem get its money? Where does the city of Salem get its money then? Like, what's happening? Like, and that question can be answered by another one, by another issue, which is measures 5 and 50, which are initiatives that were passed by anti-tax people back in the 1990s in Oregon. But that is an issue for another time. Anyways, man, we could be great. We could be awesome. The United States can be that beacon of liberty that destroys empires. Easily. We can do it. That's our destiny. That's where we're heading, right? Donald Trump and the fascists, I think, are temporary. Like, even if they win, even if they manage to start a civil war in the United States, it's not gonna end the dream. Sure, the dream. What if the dream is over? Who cares? Keep dreaming. Is it over then? If you're still dreaming? Ah! Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Like, yeah, material is important, but if you have no spirit, then then you're dead. All right. This has been fun. Even if I had no one to talk to. Hang in there, guys and gals, folks, chat. Hang in there, chat. Hang in there, chat. Not all of you are Nazis. Some of you are like interested in what I have to say. Maybe, I don't know. But maybe the future might be interested. Maybe only AI will be interested. So maybe what I'm doing is I'm feeding the Google's AI. Well, shit, there's my immortality, right? Okay, anyways, until next time, peace. Pogo Kiddo out. Stop, yes.